Imagine this, it's the dead of night in the heart of the Roman Empire. The marble halls of the imperial palace are silent, save for the faint crackle of a dying hearth. Outside, the city of Rome slumbers under a canopy of stars, oblivious to the weight of the world resting on one man's shoulders. Yet, in a simple chamber, far humbler than one might expect for the most powerful ruler on earth, a figure stirs. Marcus Aurelius Antoninus, Emperor of Rome, philosopher-king, and Stoic warrior, opens his eyes not with reluctance, but with quiet resolve. No trumpets blare. No servants rush in with luxuries. Just the raw, unfiltered moment between darkness and duty. He could burrow deeper into the warmth of his bed, cloaked in the privileges of empire. Instead, he rises. Why? Because this is the moment that forges an unbreakable life. This is the Marcus Aurelius morning routine, a ritual not of indulgence, but of inner fortitude, that turned a reluctant ruler into one of history's greatest exemplars of virtue, resilience, and wisdom. 134 AFK 260b3 In a world bombarding us with endless distractions, instant gratification, and the chaos of modern ambition, Marcus Aurelius' approach to the first hours of the day feels like a lifeline from 2,000 years ago. His meditations, those private notebooks never intended for publication, reveal a man who battled the same human frailties we do: laziness, anger, doubt, the pull of comfort, yet chose discipline over ease. This isn't just a historical curiosity, it's a blueprint for transforming your mornings, and by extension, your entire existence. Over the next pages, we'll dive deep into this routine, reconstruct it step by step, explore its philosophical roots, apply it to today's frantic pace, and weave in stories, reflections, and actionable insights. By the end, you'll have more than knowledge. You'll have a daily practice that can armor your mind against whatever the day hurls at you. Let's step into the Emperor's sandals and awaken with purpose. 8 F870 See, the foundation of Marcus' morning begins with one of the simplest, yet most profound acts, waking early and confronting the bed's seductive pull. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, he writes in Meditations, Book 5, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being. What do I have to complain of, if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm? Picture the scene vividly. Marcus, burdened by wars on the frontiers, political intrigue in the Senate, plagues ravaging the empire, and the heavy cloak of absolute power, still wrestled with that primal urge to linger. He wasn't a natural early riser thrilled by sunrises, he was human, just like you staring at your alarm clock after a late night of scrolling or stress. Yet he reframed the struggle. Getting up wasn't punishment, it was privilege. It was answering the call of your nature as a rational, social being meant for action, contribution, and virtue. CBCD6b This mindset shift is revolutionary. In our era of snooze buttons and I'll start tomorrow mentalities, Marcus demands immediate accountability. Why rise? Because you were born for more than comfort. You were born to create, to serve, to endure, to improve. As the day breaks, the Emperor reminds himself of his role in the grand cosmos, a tiny part of a vast, interconnected whole governed by reason and nature. No self-pity. No excuses about the cold floor or the endless to-do list. Just a gentle, firm self-command: rise and do your work. Modern Stoics often pair this with a simple affirmation or visualization. Lie there for a moment, feel the resistance, then counter it with gratitude for another day of breath, thought, and opportunity. Studies on habit formation today echo this. Morning momentum compounds into extraordinary discipline. Imagine applying this tomorrow. Your alarm sounds. Instead of groaning, whisper Marcus words. Feel the shift from victim of circumstance to architect of your day. That's the hook, the ignition. Say a 6A4 Once upright, Marcus turned inward through journaling and reflection. His meditations weren't polished literature, they were raw, morning, and sometimes evening, entries, reminders, critiques, and preparation scribbled amid campaigns. First light filtering through the windows, perhaps a simple oil lamp, and the scratch of stylus on wax tablet or papyrus. He didn't journal for likes or legacy initially, it was a tool for self-mastery. He would note the challenges ahead, fractious advisors, ungrateful petitioners, the temptations of power. This wasn't vague positivity, it was realistic preparation. 2D98 Let's expand this into practice. Sit with your journal, physical or digital, it matters little, and begin with presence. Acknowledge the gift of a new day. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus saw mornings as a reset, a chance to realign with the four cardinal virtues: wisdom, clear judgment, courage, facing fear, justice, fairness to others, and temperance, self-control. Spend 10 to 20 minutes writing. What am I likely to face today? Who might test my patience? The difficult colleague, the traffic jam, the family argument? How will I respond with equanimity? Premeditation malorum, or the premeditation of evils, was key. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. Not to breed cynicism, but to disarm disappointment. By anticipating human flaws, you meet them with understanding rather than rage. You remember we are all flawed products of our upbringing, circumstances, and ignorance. 3E7092 This section of the routine builds mental resilience like forging steel. Imagine Marcus in his tent during the Marcomannic Wars, quill in hand while soldiers stirred outside. He writes not of conquests but of inner battles. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. B1. He audits his character, recalls past lapses, and sets intentions. For you, this could mean listing 3 things you're grateful for, 1 virtue to embody, say, patience, and the frog task, the hardest, most important thing you'll tackle first. Eating the frog early, as modern interpreters call it, mirrors Marcus' focus on essentials. No endless meetings or trivia before the core work of empire, or your life. 3308 To deepen this with the view from above, a powerful Stoic exercise Marcus employed. From your morning seat, mentally ascend, see your room, then your home, your city, your country, the planet spinning in the void. Problems shrink. Ego dissolves. That argument you'll have? Insignificant in the cosmos. That promotion you're chasing? Fleeting. This cosmic perspective fosters humility and urgency. Memento mori, remember you will die. Marcus often contemplated mortality not to morbidly dwell, but to live fully. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. In the quiet morning, this reminder strips away trivialities. No more doom scrolling, time is finite. Channel it into what matters: relationships, growth, contribution. CB7CAF Transitioning from mind to body, Marcus incorporated physical practice. Historical accounts and inferences suggest exercise, perhaps wrestling, walking, or basic training befitting a soldier-emperor. Stoicism values the body as a tool, not an idol. A brisk walk in the palace gardens or courtyard, feeling the ground underfoot, connecting with nature's rhythms. Cold exposure too, in the form of baths or ablutions, built toughness. Today, this translates to a short workout, yoga, or a cold shower after journaling. The goal? Not six-pack abs, but discipline that spills into every domain. Movement clears mental fog, releases endorphins, and reinforces that discomfort is temporary and strengthening. 84129D As the routine unfolds, Marcus prepared for social duties. He reminded himself of interconnectedness. We were born to work together, like feet, hands, and eyes. Even the surly people are part of the same rational order. Morning reflection included visualizing interactions with justice and empathy. No performative kindness, but genuine virtue. In practice, after journaling, spend moments in quiet meditation or reading philosophy. Marcus drew from Epictetus, Seneca, and earlier Stoics. A passage reread becomes armor. For modern application, curate a morning canon, a few pages of meditations, or similar wisdom. Let it sink in during those golden hours before the world intrudes. B9D 266. Now, let's expand this into a full immersive narrative. Dawn breaks over the Danube frontier. Marcus, far from Rome's comforts during military campaigns, rises in his tent. The air is crisp, biting. He pauses, repeats his self-admonition against the warmth of furs. Journal open, he pours out concerns, the logistics of supply lines, the morale of troops, his own irritability from sleepless nights. He counters with reason, these are externals, my response is mine. He visualizes the battles of will ahead, not just with barbarians, but with his inner weaknesses. He walks the camp perimeter, observing soldiers, reminding himself of shared humanity. A simple meal, perhaps bread and water, taken mindfully. No excess. Then, into the day's labors, command meetings, judgments, writings. Each moment guided by the morning's foundation. This wasn't rote, it was alive, adaptive, profound. 81E48C. Scaling this to your life requires adaptation, but the principles endure. Start small. Week 1, just the wake-up mantra and 5 minutes journaling. Build. Track how it ripples, better focus, fewer reactive outbursts, deeper satisfaction. Challenges arise, rainy mornings, fatigue, life's curveballs. Marcus faced worse, loss of children, betrayal, endless wars. His response? Return to routine. Stoicism isn't perfection, it's progress through consistent effort. B2883. Delve deeper into the philosophy. Stoicism teaches the dichotomy of control. Some things are up to us, judgments, desires, actions, others are not, whether, others' opinions, outcomes. Mornings reinforce this filter. Journaling clarifies it. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, Marcus noted. Guard them at first light. Expand with stories from his life. As a young man adopted into the imperial family, he trained under rigorous tutors, embracing philosophy over palace decadence. He slept on the ground to toughen himself. Even as emperor, he maintained simplicity. His routine wasn't luxury, it was the quiet rebellion against entropy. C57 Ada. In today's context, apply it amid notifications, deadlines, and uncertainty. The strong hook returns. What if your mornings determine not just your day, but your character, legacy? CEOs, athletes, and thinkers swear by similar rituals. Jocko Willink's Discipline Equals Freedom echoes Marcus. Tim Ferriss dissects morning routines of icons. But Marcus predates them all, tested in the ultimate arena. Imagine scripting your own meditations, daily entries accumulating wisdom over years. The compounding effect is immense, clearer decisions, stronger relationships, inner peace amid storm. 012374. Further elaboration, integrate breathwork or mindfulness during the view from above. Inhale the present, exhale attachments. For parents, adapt by involving family, shared gratitude. For entrepreneurs, align intentions with business values. For creatives, prime the mind for flow. The routine's beauty is its universality. Marcus ruled an empire spanning millions, you manage your sphere. Scale accordingly. Physical elements, not imperial drills, but a 20-minute walk, bodyweight exercises, or stretching. Fuel with nourishing food, eaten slowly. Hydrate. Avoid immediate screens, let the mind marinate in clarity. 00 BDDC. Philosophical expansions fill volumes. Marcus pondered impermanence, everything changes, empires fall, bodies decay, reputations fade. Mornings confront this, urging action now. Justice in interactions, treat others as ends, not means. Temperance, resist early temptations like gossip or sweets. Courage, face the hard task first. Wisdom, learn from yesterday's journal review. Evening compliments morning, review the day without self-flagellation, just honest assessment. Do not be disgusted, discouraged, or out of humor if you find yourself failing to do good things, he advised. Begin again at dawn. CD 88 Add to reach depth, consider historical context. Born in 121 AD, Marcus lived through the Pax Romana's twilight. Antonine plague Parthian and Germanic wars, succession pressures. Yet he wrote with serenity. His routine sustained him. Compare to other greats, Benjamin Franklin's Morning Questions, or modern Navy SEAL regiments. The thread? Intentionality. No autopilot. Practical 30-day challenge, days 1 to 7 focus on waking and mantra. 8 to 14 add journaling. 15 to 21 incorporate view from above and premeditation. 22 to 30 full integration with movement. Journal results. Expect resistance, then transformation, more energy.